Guten Abend! It's me, the person who's putting a response after the large gap of silence to you, Plorder. How's it going, Andrew? And viewers of Andrew, liking the stream? A debate has been going on when it comes to Beta's variety game nights, which became one of my favorite stream series and inspiration to request my pick of games. This resulted to request a total of 8 games throughout the whole watch time of the Beta64 streams from 2021 till 2023. Those included AdventureCraft Zelda Adventure, My Sims Kingdom, One Shot, Hive Swapneck 1, Lego Island Extreme Stunts, My Sims Agents, Victorious Taking the Lead, and OKKO Let's Play Heroes. These silly requests have put a great change towards the streams, and for me, which became a highlight among other series. I was decently becoming a part of the community and has expanded more than just on YouTube and Twitch. That being Discord, which I was once banned on Submit for Stream for unappealing content and spamming YouTube links on memes for stream, which possibly made the whole channel to be shut down, so I'm also sorry for that. But perhaps not, because I have autism. In middle of 2023, I had to vanish from those live streams forever, where I would go back to the days of 2020 by watching them on VOD. Before I done my semi send-off, however, I was up to requesting 2 more games that have put the list of games in closure. My first one has been submitted on June 27, 2023, and the second one on August 24th, 2023. Those were the days before I vanished by watching those streams live. And the reason why was because I was about to switch and live on a boarding campus. What was the big issue there? It wasn't because of the Wi-Fi or something, but it was the time zone. Because something that you became aware is that I live in Germany, and those streams are happening in the USA. While it's 7:30 PM Central Time there, it will be 2:30 AM for me. And despite the time I did later appear past that time, in one of which was the involvement of the variety game night with my 8 requested game, the other 2 were about to appear on variety game nights that I wasn't there. Those titles in question being ECDP McDonald's DS Training Game and Omori. ECDP was meant to be the Andrew Collin response game, cause it was referenced and mentioned from time to time in those streams. Omori on the other hand has a much deeper backstory behind it. I am aware how more mature of a game Omori is, but the whole concept of requested game was that people are requesting what seems to be their favorite games, and I wanted to be a part of it because Omori became one of my favorite games of all time. So I would have gotten a stream that for outsiders is seen as a cute, average variety game night, while for me it was something special to watch. I wouldn't mind that much if the playtime was shorter or longer, since once the stream ended, it would have also ended up my binge watch of Beta64 streams on a high note. But by the aftermath, it didn't went as it was intended at all, cause 3 variety game nights later, and none of my games appeared in them. But the thing is, this didn't upset me. In fact, I've appreciated Andrew for pushing those games further behind, because by that time the game request function was disabled, which means the less variety of games on stream, the higher the playtime it would be. What the impact ended up being, however, has probably put the playtime down to 0. Which, I mean, Andrew has done a total 180 degrees by playing Undertale instead. I mean, at least ECDP had a spotlight for the matter, which means that I'll put that into rest. But the shocking twists in terms of Omori, that's a different story. From the last stream of Wii Week, Andrew had difficulties for this game, cause who would have guessed that a RPG psycho game is nothing as simple as a Wii game or something. By the time where I was doing my own thing, I also lacked any content for support, and such as the variety game night stream and this video right here proves that my silence send-off wasn't working as I was meant to be, and I put a big mark of shame behind instead. Whatever it has to do that you couldn't run this game probably, or are unsure how to play it on stream, I just want to tell you that I'm desperately sorry for all of it. I really should have treated you warm with respect, Andrew, since you're the one who's responsible for any of this, and you're my papa after all. And that is one big rule in the Beats, #Beats community, cause they're more than community. This is family we're talking about, and family respects each other.
That's what we stand for.
You do have to know that I was in great thought whenever it was the right time to request Omori, or putting another game in spot, which I wrote a few miscellaneous titles that didn't make it on request. Those included Trackmania Sunrise, Mr. Mosquito, Disney Infinity, I Mean, Antichamber, Just Shapes and Beats, PS1 Net Gerose games, Trackmania Wii, beta.characters.ai, and the Wii Food channel. Not that those games were not interesting enough to request, but rather because they don't feel like finale material to me. Things can still change, and to put my selfishness satisfyingly into rest, I put a link to my Discord account in the video description to PM me, in which we can get in contact again at best on how we are going to figure this misery out. You can write me a message at any time, but I won't likely respond enough for any chatting. So by a better shifted time zone, there's a more likely chance to get instantly contacted by. I do wish for this series to continue on, and I don't want to be the person who is a victim for any future collapsing variety game night streams. And towards all of you viewers of Andrew, this isn't their fault, please put the blame on me. I became aware that the community and Andrew were not ready for these kind of wonders. But I do let you know that I'm sorry for this debate and how things didn't go the way they were intended for. So remember, stay fresh, be blessed, and do that especially with a nice box of cheese nips. Yes, I know those aren't cheese nips, but they are for sure the closest thing I could find in the market. I mean, they're pretty tasty, and it's definitely a glimpse on how actual cheese nips taste like. Oh, I'm alright. This is really a 3-in-1 video. I tell a backstory behind my game requests, I tell miscellaneous backstories outside of Twitch, and I eat non-cheese nips with different shapes. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna watch Chicken Little now.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. There's no easy way to say I'm sorry.